See if I got everything on my end right.
I'm gonna try to pull up the podcast on YouTube. I'm watching the game still though.
Tell me if y'all hear.
Real what?
Y'all hear the claps?
Oh, you faded out, bro.
Yeah, I heard for a second.
All right, man. It's been a minute. We just getting things ironed out. So if you're listening as we get things prepared, I see one person already viewing. That might be K-Bum. I don't know. But we've been on hiatus since the new year. And we're trying to make sure everything working correctly. Anyway, so if we sounded good, put a 1 in the comment section. Let me know. If we sounded bad, put a 2. That way I know something is off. I need to fix and I can call the cops on the thing. Anyway, let me stop. I got something going on right here. So, anyway, yo, LT 1984. We just getting things worked out, man. We about to start here in a second. That cheddar ching is about to take place. Hey, so anyway, I almost said amen like I was at church. Also, 1, we sounded good. So let's go. It's about to get live. We keep it pretty level, no surprise. Come and listen to the topics busted. Yeah, check out our discussion. Keith Norris and D2K. K-Bum 20 on the MIC. Jet I Night all the way in Germany. Leveled head, you know who that boy is. But they say, live and level, live and level. We on that MIC. Live and level, live and level. We just talking them games. Yeah, live and level, live and level. Take a seat and listen up, man. Live and level. Hey! Welcome back to the show. This is your boy, Levelhead, back with the crew in the new year 2021. 20. That don't even sound right, but welcome anyway. Welcome all who are tuned in to the live session here with the Live and Level Gamers podcast. We come on when we feel like it, and when we don't, we won't. Anyway, so we're here, first time for the new year. When was the last time we've been on here? Wasn't it about when the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X launched?
pretty much, man. I think a little bit after that.
Did we even do anything in December? I don't think we did.
I don't think so, brother.
Hey, I think this podcast and stuff is anyway. Let me stop. So, welcome back to the show. You know, you got some grown men. When you only see us every 2 to 3 months, you hear us. Oh, they talking about something. Yeah, it's something to talk about. Anyway, so we're here to talk about these games. We still on this. The government slowed down. Can't go out and do nothing. Can't even go out and watch good movies. Anybody see the new Wonder Woman? I haven't seen it yet because I don't have HBO.
I plan on seeing it this weekend. Talk to the wife, and I was actually going to see it last weekend until we saw it was 2 hours and 30 minutes, and we said, nah, we'll check it out next time.
Yeah, I ain't trying to go. I'm not trying to go sit in no theater, man. I ain't trusting none of y'all.
No, I'm talking. No, man.
Watch on HBO.
Yeah, okay. I'm finna say, I didn't know how you was going, K-Bo. You said I talked to the wife. I'm thinking y'all finna leave out the house, out the safety of your home, and go into the trenches of warfare with COVID-19.
That COVID out here, we ain't messing with that.
Trash. That's what LT 1984 said. I heard it's bad.
You talking about the movie, that Wonder Woman's trash?
I heard it's bad, bro.
All right, it's bad. It's bad.
You seen it? You seen it, Keith?
I've seen it. It's bad.
Oh man,
I need to see it for myself,
like
man. I need to formulate my own opinion about it, man.
I'm waiting for D2. If D2K come on and say it's bad, then I'm gonna go ahead and say.
I was trying to figure out what they was doing with the lasso. I'm like, why this lasso don't look right? I wasn't trying to nitpick, but I was like, come on, I just knew it was gonna be bad when the lasso was looking suspect.
Man, 2020 just ruined everything, man. 2020, man. What's wrong with these people going and attacking the White House, the Capitol, bro? What's K-Bum, get your
Man, we not
We're
gonna
not
talk
talking
about
We're
this.
not talking about that.
K-Bum,
What's
get your
up,
peoples,
D2?
man. What's up, D2? You done snuck in here.
What's going on?
Man, D2, tell K-Bum to get his people, man. I told his aunt to stop doing that.
We're not.
Like, man, get out there.
But anyway, Wonder Woman and the lasso and stuff, and that had happened and stuff. Yeah.
That had happened.
So, have you seen it, D2? Have you seen it?
No, and I don't have any desire to see it. I've heard really bad things about it. I just looked at the trailers and I looked at more extensive footage. I said, I'm gonna pass on this. I mean, I may watch it one day when I don't have to pay for it, but I'm not gonna pay money to see this.
Well, they got that trial period with HBO. What is that? HBO what? Is that
Max.
Max. I might do it and then cancel, a week before renewal.
Sure,
Just to see
I'm gonna
it.
save that. I'm gonna say that for Godzilla versus Kong, man.
Make a
Oh.
new email.
Did you see that trailer?
No, I haven't. They got a trailer out for it?
Well, I mean, what they did was that they showed I guess because Warner Brothers is going to release all their movies for the year at the same time or something like that.
Wow.
In theaters and in HBO Max. They show like a big sizzle reel of all the movies that they got coming out. They had the Godzilla versus Kong. There's a new Mortal Kombat movie, rated R Mortal Kombat movie reboot coming out. They showed the Space Jam. They showed the
Man,
Justice.
you gotta send me this trailer.
Not the Justice League, but the what's the Suicide Squad? They showed that.
They still doing that?
Yeah.
Hey, James Gunn doing it though, man. I'm interested. James Gunn.
K-Bum. Stop.
James Gunn is doing it. The guy who did Guardians of the Galaxy, which we didn't know anything about, but we love him.
I don't care who
Like I
did
said,
what. It's under Warner Brothers. They not under. If they was under Marvel, I'd be like, oh, okay, that's good.
I understand, but I will get the benefit of the doubt. I want to see it for myself before I pass judgment.
All right, I won't pass judgment, but forget that. Let's go on to the next.
What you think that is?
I know, ain't that sad? I'm just
that's
hypocritical
judgment.
over here.
but for real though, they only show like two seconds of Godzilla and Kong fighting. You saw Godzilla,
Right.
He like climbed up on top of the aircraft carrier,
Oh, you
and
gotta send me
Kong
this
just
trailer,
swung
man.
on him hard.
You gotta send me this trailer, bro. Send me this.
I mean, he just blazed them, and
How
Godzilla was like,
often-
"Ooh,"
How
and that was
often-
it right there.
Now, size-wise, are they comparable, or is Godzilla still taller?
Kong is way bigger
Oh,
than he was before. He's about the same.
Where have I been?
Godzilla's probably still a little bit taller, but he's big. He's real big. Now.
Okay,
He got
where-
a beard and everything.
stop
Yeah,
it! You're
beard.
geeking me out over here.
Yeah.
You got me geeking over here. Let me stop. Okay, so you said they got a trailer for King Kong and Godzilla.
Well, it's not a trailer. It's just part of the
tweet,
sizzle
a
reel.
Sizzle reel, okay. And the one from Martin. Yeah, send me that. Like, link that into the Google Hangout. That way I can. Hey, let me fix the sound.
Speaking of that, man, why does Jax look like Steve Harvey? What's up with that? Have y'all seen that?
I haven't seen it.
The pictures.
I haven't
Bro,
seen it.
Maybe
Go
it
look
is.
right now. Go look at the screenshots of Mortal Kombat and tell me that Jax does not look like Steve Harvey.
I
No
don't want to
joke.
see it.
For
I don't
real,
want
on
to see
life,
it look
bro.
like Steve Harvey. I don't want to see it at
Bruh,
all.
on life, look at it. I saw it like, what's Steve doing here?
Okay, so now, before we get it, we got to get to these games. But has anybody seen
He does.
Outside the Wire? Man, why is my sound acting like that? Anyway, I'll get this fixed in a second.
Yeah,
Hey,
you got some
get
feedback going on, bro.
Yeah, leave that alone right now. So we won't have no laughs right today. Anyway, has anybody seen Outside the Wire?
No,
I started watching it. I fell asleep on it.
See, I haven't
You pulled-
started.
Not because it was bad. I was sleepy.
Okay, that's
So,
fair. You
yeah.
didn't pull a stack. You didn't pull a level head, huh?
No.
Okay. Anything else? We got 4 people in here. What's your name? What you live at? And give us some money. No, I'm playing. Where
what
you at?
you live? What?
What you live at? You know what I'm saying?
Government.
But yeah, let us know who you is so we can give you your shots out. We know we got LT1984 in here. Who else in here? So anyway, so that's good. I got something to look forward to when I get off here. What y'all think about Harden going to the Nets?
Nah.
It looked like he lost a couple of pounds in transit from Houston to
Right?
Brooklyn.
Right?
Shout out to Salax. Is that right? Did I say that right? Salax. I hope I said that right. 13. He said, "Not me, bro. It's great on Stadia, even on my lunch break." Okay, got you. Okay.
I must be talking about Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk. Yeah, we finna get there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he reading the title. He reading the title of the this particular episode. I said y'all got punked by Cyberpunk. I think a lot of people did. But anyway, anything else before we get into what you've been gaming on? Anything else? If anybody else is listening, go ahead and let us know who you is, and we'll give you a shout out.
K-Bomb is absolutely right. This man looks like Steve Harvey,
Bro.
and I don't know whether to laugh or be like, "Yo," I don't know.
So what is it? Mortal Kombat? What is that picture?
Just go on the internet and look for Mortal Kombat movie screenshots, bro. I promise you, this man is like that. I'm not messing with you, bro.
Lax 13, that was your class, bro. It was a little late, but here you go. Thank you for tuning in. And if I said your name wrong, let me know. I'll correct it. Put it down there how I should say it. Make sure I can say it right. Anyway, well, I think we ready to get on into these topics. What you been gaming on? Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Do it.
All right, here we go. You know what time it is. It's time for what have you been gaming on. Hey, I'm pretty sure y'all can't hear it. Sing it, folks. Let's go.
Nope.
What you been gaming on? What you been gaming on? Thank you, Salax 13. Boy, y'all be coming up with some boy, these names. D2K, you gonna have to say that one.
I didn't.
Ninja Juju.
I'm looking. They already trolling this Jack's picture. They got Steve Harvey memes all over.
Bro. D2K, tell me, bro.
All right, so we got. I want to send a shout out to Nina's Juju Bravaru. I hope I said that right. Shout out to you. If I said your name wrong, count it to the mind, not the heart. Welcome to the show, bro. This game is awesome on PC. So they are reacting to the title of the cast. But we at our part. What you been gaming on? I'm gonna start with Mr. Keith Norris. What you been gaming on, bro?
Man, check this out. So over the Christmas break, I decided to get a little bit more intentional with Stadia. So
For sure.
I bought Cyberpunk. Now, listen, y'all can call me guilty or whatever, but I bought Cyberpunk
Guilty.
on both PC and Stadia. It was kind of a curiosity, so I went ahead and bought it. It works fine on the PC, but I think Cyberpunk has a whole different issue, but we can get into that later. And then I played it on. I bought a bunch of games on Stadia. Actually, I've got Cyberpunk. I bought Shadow. Is it Shadow of the Tomb Raider? I think it's Shadow.
Is that the first one?
Second one, whatever the second one is.
I don't know. So I think the first one is Shadow.
Y'all go ahead. I gotta get off real quick.
It was one of the Tomb Raiders. Because I wanted to see how that played, and then I have a bunch of pro games too. It's a bunch of games. I don't feel like going through all of them, but it's a bunch of games. So I just wanted to see how Cyberpunk worked, and everybody is absolutely correct. It plays great on Stadia. And I know Digital Foundry did that video, and they pointed out that it's a company called Lock, I think, LOQ or LOC, I can't remember, that did the port for the Stadia. So all they had to do was focus on the game, porting it over to Stadia, which could be the reason why it performed so well. But it plays well. I never had any hangups on the game. For real, my connection is great. It plays great. Now I know I mean, it's not really 4K. They try to say, yeah, it's not 4K, but it is above 1080p if you're playing in the performance mode or
boy.
high fidelity mode, I guess is what you call it.
Yeah, high
But
fidelity.
if you turn it down to the performance mode, you get the 60 frames and you can feel it and see it that you're playing in 1080p. But yeah, man, it plays great. Tomb Raider played great. However, playing that game on the PC first left a lot to be desired. It's something that the PC, man, it's just unmatched. No matter what you want to look at, because Stadia is technically on par with the Xbox Series X,
Right.
Spec wise. So they're all doing the same thing, but it's just something about the PC version. And I played a little bit of Destiny just to see how it worked on Stadia. You can play that right now. I think that's still the free game.
Yeah, that's the free one that comes with it.
Yeah. So if you're curious about Stadia, if you got a Gmail account, all you got to do is just turn it on. What are you waiting on?
Plug.
All you just got to do is go to the web browser.
I feel like that was a little small jab at me, Mr. Norris.
I wouldn't say it was a jab, but I mean, level head. What are you waiting on?
Man, that was an uppercut. You talking about?
And the last thing, huh?
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. And the last thing I did, I went ahead and used GeForce Now. It's NVIDIA's online cloud service or whatever. But the cool thing about GeForce Now is that it can connect with your Steam account. So most of all the games that I have on Steam work on GeForce Now. And the beauty about GeForce Now is that you get a chance to take advantage of ray tracing.
Really?
Which, yeah, they have it where you can.
Mm-hmm.
The only problem is I got up to like 1080p. I think you can get up to 4K, but for some reason I couldn't get it. But it's like $4.99. So if you're not even a PC gamer, all you got to do is open up a Steam account, start buying you some games, make sure they work on GeForce Now, and you can play those games in high fidelity on the PC on using GeForce Now. It's like $4.99 a month to get a spot on the server. But
what are you waiting for? You missed that part.
what are you waiting on? But yeah, so I used that just to see how Cyberpunk, because I don't have a NVIDIA graphics card, so I used that to see ray tracing on Cyberpunk, and it looks good, but it's a little fuzzy. So I didn't like the way the image was fuzzy. But other than that, man, that's all I've been playing. I might think of something that's all I've been playing.
Okay. All right, Mr. D2.
There's a lot of games that I haven't been playing, but I did download some new games not too long ago. I actually picked up the Dragon Ball Z Kakarot on the Steam.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's pretty much a full-fledged RPG. It's similar to some of the other games like the Xenoverse games, but it's way more in-depth than that. I mean, you are literally basically starting off in the beginning of Dragon Ball Z and basically walking through Goku's life all the way through to, I'm not sure where it ends, but from the beginning, you're starting off with you basically start off with you and Gohan, and as a kid, and you basically teaching them how to go fish and find food and stuff like that. You have to literally go and find food and all types of things, just like you would in normal RPG. It is very intricate and detailed in terms of the characters that you're interacting with and progressing their story along with the character that you're using. I have not really gotten too deep into it because there's other things that's going on in my life right now, and that's something that's going to take a lot of time. But that's one of the few games that I bought. There's something else that I picked up, but it wasn't important. I don't think it was. My Xbox actually broke, so I had to send that back to Microsoft, and I'm supposed to get it back Monday. So,
okay.
That's about it. I haven't really played anything new in terms of games. It's just more of the same stuff that I already had. I'm hoping that I get an announcement of some more Yakuza games coming to Steam because the Like a Dragon game is out now, but I don't really want to play it because I don't want to jump ahead in the story. I want to.
But I heard this story is disconnected from the main story.
I don't know if it's disconnected. I think you're starting over with a new protagonist.
Yeah, it's somebody different. Well, because I know I saw a review of it and they were saying, the guy was saying that it's not like, it's a different formula than the ones that kind of continuity of the story is kind of different. So that's what I heard. So,
I mean, the previous protagonist is actually in the game. You actually have to fight him.
Okay.
His name is I forgot what his name is, Kazuma or something. You have to fight him in the game, but I still want to just complete all that first. I don't want to start over because what they're saying is basically a new protagonist is starting over from scratch because they pretty much pushed it as far as they could with the other guy. So they're starting off fresh with a new character. And I want to just complete that, finish all that stuff, and then start with the new story and everything.
Okay.
I'm gonna go next because I always go last. Cable, I'm gonna say you for last. I'm pretty sure you got a lot to talk about. So,
Lord, do I?
So for me, I've been playing a lot since I haven't been podcasting. I've been playing. I haven't turned my.
You ain't been sleeping?
I've been sleeping, but now my wife claims I don't get enough sleep, but I've been trying to anyway. But I haven't played my Switch since I bought the PlayStation 5. I think I played the Switch. I think I played the Switch for the first time, and I didn't play a game. I turned it on for the first time about a week ago because I was going to download that Monster Hunters game, and I had to update. I needed to do an update, and it was doing an update, and I got disinterested, and I turned it off after the update. Never even went over and downloaded the demo. But I've been playing a lot on my PlayStation 5. I beat Miles Morales, as I think I told you guys that. I beat that. I beat Ghost of Tsushima. That was dope. That conclusion, that game is fire. And I'm still playing it, actually, because there's still a lot to do. And there's some other stuff that opened up. Actually, me and K-Bun went through the online multiplayer and played what is that called, bro?
Legends, something like
Legends. We played it. It's kind of a dark, twisted take on the main story. You kind of it's different. It's dark.
It's different. It's very.
It's real different. But we played that. I went out and I bought Devil's May Cry.
Side note: as he speeds towards it, he got a chance to see my skills in the game. And
oh, dude, stop, K-Bomb. Don't do me like that, bro. I was letting you shine. You act like I was over there getting killed or something all the time,
it wasn't level head down. I will say that.
Listen to him trying to out me like this, man.
It wasn't level head wasn't playing bad. It was just that my skills of the samurai.
This is what I would say. You ever play with a person that's trying to get all the points? That's K-Bum. He trying to get all the points. You remember when you play Double Dragon D2K and Ninja Turtles and you playing with somebody a little older than you or better than you and they think they got to get all the points? That's K-Bum. No, I'm just messing. Anyway, so we played that. I went out and I bought Devil's May Cry 5. I like that. I downloaded, and I can't remember the name of this game. It's kind of a rip of Breath of the Wild.
Impact, like Janita.
Yeah, some Impact. It's some Impact. Gosham or something like that. Impact.
Yeah, Gosham Impact.
That's good for a free game, man. That's a good game. I'm thoroughly. Let me get my stuff together. Anyway, so I'm thoroughly enjoying that game. I've been playing it. The visuals is nice. It's definitely the Breath of the Wild. But if Breath of the Wild was on, I would say the PlayStation 4. If you put Breath of the Wild on the PlayStation 4, no, I didn't get Age of Calamity. I don't know. I didn't want to play that game. Anyway, so it's visually nice. The storyline is cool. It definitely is not Breath of the Wild, but it's definitely borrowing a lot of his inspiration from Breath of the Wild. It would be nice for Breath of the Wild to look this crystal clear and vibrant. I mean, if Breath of the Wild looked like this, man, that'd be crazy. No, I don't like Hyrule Warriors at all. Anyway, so let me stay on task. I went and so I bought Devil's May Cry 5, which is a good game, by the way. It's decent for a Capcom game, and I liked it. I'm liking it. But then I went and I bought a game that I've been wanting to play for years. I just never got around to playing it. And that's it, Uncharted Lost Legacy with the two girls, protagonists. And I like the game, but it puts me in the mind of Uncharted 3, where the motion blur makes me like really, I turned it totally off because it makes you nauseous. Like, it makes me sick.
Yeah.
And but the game is fun. You could definitely tell that I don't remember how Uncharted 4 looked, because this game don't remind me of how Uncharted 4 looked. Uncharted 4 looked amazing. This game looked like you know, what's that when you download content? DLC. It looks like DLC that they just turned it to a game. But I'm enjoying that. I just went and bought and I'm shocked at how good this is. And it had an update for the PlayStation 5 for this particular game, and that is Star Wars Fallen Jedi, or Jedi Fallen. Which one is it? Fallen Jedi, Jedi Fallen? Star Wars.
Fallen Jedi, I think.
Yeah, Fallen Jedi. If you have a PlayStation 5, K-Bum, if you haven't put it on your PlayStation 5, you still got it. Do yourself a service. They upgraded, man. That game looks amazing. It puts me in the mind of 1313, Star Wars 1313, when they showed that game. That's what it looks like to me. It's fun. It's definitely unapologetic. They don't mind sending you. What I don't like about it is you got to start over from the checkpoints.
That's the Demon Souls.
Yeah, like right. I'm like, I ain't feeling that at all, man. I'm like, dude, but
that's Demon Souls.
But it's fun. It's fun. It controls well. The acting and the storyline part is definitely good. I was kind of doubtful of this game being something I would get into.
The combat is brutal. The combat is brutal.
Yeah,
they don't play with you.
I'm on that planet where I'm going. I'm trying to get to this tower, and I'm not that far into it, and I'm fighting a lot of creatures right now. I just found my little robot companion. That's pretty dope. He pretty cool. I got my R2-D2 with me, and but I'm enjoying that. And what else have I bought? I told you I've been playing a lot of different games, man.
I see. You haven't finished it, right? You're just playing it. You haven't finished it.
Listen to him. See, we didn't go that far.
No, I'm just asking, bro.
Don't be trying to out me on the podcast, man.
I'm not throwing shade. It was just a question. I was gonna ask you about if you finished.
No, I haven't finished it. Which one? I'm playing. No, I haven't finished. I just bought it like 3 days ago.
My bad,
bro. I got it for $30. If anybody trying to get it, it was only $30, and that was really why I got it, because I'm like, I saw that it had an update, and I heard you and Keith talking about it, K-Bum, back when y'all bought it. Y'all was talking, y'all was giving it good praises. Yeah, y'all just said it was pretty hard, and I was like, well, I'm down for the challenge, but I kept it on normal. You the one went up to hard, trying to act like you just got it like that.
No, I did not.
That was me.
You put it on hard, Keith. I thought that was K-Bum.
And I came on back.
So anyway, I got some other stuff up there. I just can't think of it right now. But I'm looking for a racer. I'm looking for a quality racer for the PlayStation 5. And then the next game I'm going to be getting is Mario. We got to talk about that too. Mario 3D World with Bowser's Fury. I got to get that. That looks amazing to me. Anyway,
Super Saiyan Mario.
Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna talk about that. But that's what your boy Level been playing. No, I have not turned my back on my Switch. Just set it down. I did the same thing to the PlayStation 4. When I got my Switch, I kind of put my focus on the Switch. I forgot about my 4. The Switch is behind that big tower of a beast, but I know he's there, and he will get turned on again soon. Hopefully, if Ratchet & Clank don't come out close to it. Anyway, so that's what your boy Level been playing on. I'm gonna turn it over to K-Bomb, and then we're gonna get into these topics.
Okay, yeah. So let me. I got a bit to go through. So I've been playing some games on my little time off that I had. So I did get a chance to beat. I think we talked about it. I beat Spider-Man, and I also beat Ghost. So those games I knocked out. So which I want to hit on first. Let's talk about the big stuff first. So I did get a chance to play Cyberpunk. I got it through GameFly, and good lord, is it a huge download? But I installed it like 100 gigabytes, sorry, on the PlayStation 5, and I played it, and I think the first 3 minutes of me playing it, 5 minutes of me playing it, I saw about 3-4 bugs. First 5 minutes. I'm gonna save the rest of this conversation for later. But I was like, okay, this is just ridiculous. So I played it a little bit. Yeah, I'll save the rest of this conversation for that. Just know that I did get a chance to play it. We'll talk about it later. Some of my experience about. So I played that. I did get a chance to download. It's another game I wanted to play. I think we talked about it in the Google Hangout. Didn't get a chance to talk about it on the podcast. I downloaded the game Shadow of the Colossus, which is a game that I've been wanting to play for a long time. Been putting it off. Finally decided to go ahead and play it. And to me, it looks really good. It's a very different game for anybody who's played it. They know it's very different. It's pretty much just like a bunch of boss fights, and you kind of have to figure out how to beat each boss. They all have their own strategy to beat them. So it's kind of like an old school type of gameplay. And I've been doing pretty good. I've been enjoying it. It does kind of wear thin at one point. The first couple of battles are pretty epic. And then it does run kind of thin towards the end. I think I beat like 14 of them. I believe there's 16. And so I'm at boss number 15 now. And so I got the last 2 to beat. So it does run kind of thin, but it's a cool little game. Very unique. If you haven't had a chance to try it, this is about the best time to jump in because the graphics looks great. So there's another game that I played, and I didn't get a chance to talk about it. I really wanted to talk about it, and that's Detroit Become Human. And again, this is one of those David Cage. What's the name of the company that makes it? David Cage is the guy. I forget the name of the company that he works for, but they make these story-driven input. It's not really, the action is hitting inputs at the right time, and the dialogue and the branching tree of your choices affects the world, right? It's the same people who made Heavily Rain, same guys who made Beyond Two Souls. So I played this game. I've been wanting to play it for a while. I played Heavy Rain, and I thought it was cool. I think people bashed it. I liked it more than what people bashed it to be. But I played this game, and to me, this is the best David Cage game out there. It was very intriguing. The storylines were very good. The impact of the decision you made were clearly visible. I liked them showing you the story flow of the tree. Right, it shows you the impact of each decision and how it branches off and creates a different flow or actions that could occur. And I like them showing you that because it shows you that your decisions do have impact. And so I played through the whole game. I did get a chance to beat it. To me, it's a really great game. It's a great game. If you do like those slower paced games, those story driven games, I think you would really like Detroit Becoming Human. I think I enjoy it. I thought it was an excellent story. I thought it was told very well. So I beat that, and then I did get a chance. Another big game I got a chance to play. I'm playing right now the new Call of Duty. So I've been playing the Black Ops, which is pretty much just the casuals gamers game, Call of Duty. So I've been playing that. It's pretty cool. It's actually pretty fun. I've been enjoying it. It's a nice little casual game. Put a little 30, 40 minutes in, get a couple games in. It's like candy of video games. The snack food of video games. Call of Duty is. So I enjoy it. It's pretty good. It's pretty fun. And so That's the new games I've been playing on. Still been playing on some of the old ones.
Man.
Madden 2K21, Madden 2K21, Overwatch, and stuff like that. So that's pretty much in a nutshell what I've been gaming on.
Okay. Shouts out to Dark Sun. All right, welcome to 2021. As you see, K-Bomb had a smorgasbord of games. Did you play the Switch at all, K-Bomb? And all that verbiage of game playing, did you touch your Switch at all? Is it even plugged up?
I thought about it playing it.
Has it had electricity? When is the last time it had electricity?
It's plugged up. It is plugged up.
Oh, does it even remember that it's a Switch? Does it even know what it is?
It does. I picked it up and I was like, man. I put my
Anyway, I'm messing with it. So, as you see, we finna get to the topics on hand. Let's get into this. So, the title of this particular podcast, as you already know, is You Were Punked by Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk, what was it? Cyberpunk what? Something?
2077.
2077. We ain't that far from there. Go on, King. Get away from me. You ain't in this podcast. Anyway, so, man, my dog won't leave alone. Anyway, so, we was anticipating this game. I know K-Bum was. I know Keith was. I'm pretty sure me and D2K was kind of, just watching from the sidelines as these two dudes seemed to just was ready for this game to come out. And if I'm wrong, Keith, correct me. I know K-Bum was. This was K-Bum's game of games is what he was looking for.
Yep.
Now that it's here, it's been a lot of problems. some serious problems, right? So
You enjoying this?
No, no, not necessarily. I'm not Keith. I'm not necessarily enjoying it. I'm just stating the facts. Like, we know we got the apology. I'm seeing stuff I ain't never seen in the game. Let me ask you this question: is this worse than anything that Bethesda has ever done?
I would say. I don't think so.
Okay, so
I would say yes. I'll justify my answer later. I would say yes.
Okay, so when the game came out, of course it was highly anticipated, and they were slick with how they wrote this game out. No one got a chance to play the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One versions, or I think not even none of those versions was nobody.
Not even the Pro.
Not even the Pro nor the X series. I mean Xbox. God, Microsoft got to do something with their titles. The Xbox One X. Neither one of those got a chance to be played prior to sales. No review on it. No nothing. And that was
no consoles. None.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean that's understandable with the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, but so nothing to go off on how these games run on the older software. And that was very strategic in how they did that. So when the game hits the market, and I know we a little late to this conversation, but we're still a conversation. We catching up, but it was a dud. It was problematic. I mean, I'm seeing people looking like melted wax as the graphics come in. It was like I'm seeing cars just slinging across the skyline, like cars blowing up when people walk close to it, the car just explodes. Like it was problems, like serious issues with this game, issues that they clearly knew. Now the first person I saw that shocked me was K-Bum, and me and Keith was in the comment section trying to understand why K-Bum is going so hard at Cyberpunk.
Hard in the paint.
And going so hard at CD Projekt Red. Like, I was expecting, Keith or myself or D2K, somebody, a Jedi, somebody like one of us to go hard, and K-Bum would be considerate and understanding. And no, K-Bum was like harsh, like these dudes, these some bums. No, he didn't say they was bums, but he didn't have no nice words to say, and I didn't understand. K-Bum being a person that deals with coding and all that type of stuff seems to have.
I'm a developer. You can say it.
Yeah, developer. He seems to have more grace and patience and long suffering. Look when you all them Bible descriptions of. Anyway, so K-Bun, what was your issue with this rollout? We've been here before. This is not a first. EA has done this plenty of times. Why did you have a problem with CD Projekt Red and Cyberpunk and how they dropped the ball? I'll let you go, then I'll throw it at Keith, and then come to you, D2. Go ahead, K-Bun.
I mean, we've talked about it at length, but one of my biggest concerns is that one of my biggest concerns is the fact that what they said, the language that they used. They had said the reason why they delayed the game is to prevent it from being, a buggy mess. That's what they told us. They told us previously that they were going to push it back because they were going to release a good quality game, and they were not going to settle. And so they delayed it. And D2, I mean, Keith was like, "Yeah, delay it, push it back." I remember, man, we had a conversation about it. Yeah, delay it, just come out with a good game. And then they delayed it again. We're like, okay, cool. I waited this long. I can wait again. And they kept that language saying, yeah, we're gonna make sure that this game is legit, and we're gonna make sure we take care of these issues. We're not gonna give you guys a bad game. And then they give us the very same thing they said they wasn't. And at that point is where I really went ham on them. Is that you gave us this language? You said you were delaying it. You said you're going to put out a quality product, and you say you were doing this for our good, for your good, and you still do the same money grab piece of crap that we flame EA, Bethesda, and other companies for. You lied to us. You did said you weren't going to do, and the fact that they knew it was a piece of garbage, and they tried to hide it. The fact that they didn't allow anyone to review the console version until it was released was them hiding it. And one thing that I know why they did it. The problem is they needed current gen console sales, PS4, Xbox One sales. Why do they need those sales? Because you cannot purchase a PS5 version of Cyberpunk. You cannot purchase a Xbox Series X version of Cyberpunk. Those are tied to the PS4 version and the Xbox X version of the game. And so if no one's is going to buy the current gen version, they lose out on way more money because there's no next gen version of the game.
What about them just sticking with the PCs? And because they built it on the PC. Anyway, let me stop. Go ahead.
If they do that, then they lose out on so much money if they don't release it on current gen. They lose out.
I was being serious, sarcastic. Go ahead.
I'm just answering. Yeah, they lose out on millions if they don't release it. So they have to. So now they're tied to releasing it on the old console or current console at that point in time. They're tied to it, and they did not put forth the effort to making it even presentable. And they told us in whatever December that the game's going to come out on this date, and we believe them. We said, okay, cool, it's going to come out. We won't do any more delays. And I'm like, and then you release hot garbage. And then you spend, 2 weeks, 3 weeks making it look presentable and playable. But you shouldn't put yourself in this position that you release a piece of hardware, a piece of software that looks this way and plays this way, especially with the background that they have. And so I was completely felt betrayed by them, and because I believed in them. I believed in what they said. They're not just a big company that just want dollars and money. They're a smaller company that cares about the users and the people playing the game. And so I fully believe them, and they did exactly what they said they were not going to do. And so that's why they felt all my wrath.
So you did get punked.
That's another level of me being. I was punked to the fullest. I was punked to the fullest. I will agree.
I like
because.
That. Stop. Go ahead.
No, I'm at this last piece in. I've been punked to the foolish, the foolish, because me personally, I still don't get the version of the game until September.
So they pushed it back to September.
I still will not be able to play Cyberpunk until September.
Now I thought
Because
that update was supposed to come out at the top of the year.
no, sir, you must have missed the email, the presentation that they had this past week.
No, I
They
saw that. That's what I'm
posted
saying.
it.
I watched it and I thought that's what they said. I was just I was like, wow.
No.
So now we got to wait to September to get what we supposed to get this month or next
It's,
month.
it's it's not the top of this year. If you saw the roadmap,
Yeah,
they
they
said
said later this year.
DLC comes out in a couple of months. There's DLC that's going to come out in the beginning of this first quarter or beginning of the second quarter. But if you look at the roadmap, the free next gen upgrade is not coming until towards the end of the year. And so I personally will not be playing Cyberpunk and any extensive gameplay until they drop the next gen version. And so to me, the game is pretty much so. If they've been delaying the game, this is my problem. And I'm gonna end it because I can go another 2 hours on this. If they've been delaying the game this whole time, and you're saying that you didn't care about current gen, because they've been saying that is that their focus wasn't current gen. You're still not releasing next gen until September. So what have you been doing?
Let me throw this at you because he about to go. I want you to kind of answer his question. Salax13 said, I am about to go back to work, but I got a couple of things to say. And he's still talking. The game is amazing on Stadia, and I'm enjoying the game so very much. There are bugs here and there, but nothing game breaking. With that being said, I am truly upset with how the game ended up on other platforms, and shame on CD Projekt Red for being that kind of developer that people had high hopes for, only to burn it down. What you think? Go ahead.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good point.
All right. Okay.
Good point.
Patches will be out before the next gen version. That's what Bavaria said. So I hope I got your name right.
But the patches won't be out until you. But the patches aren't out before they took people money.
Right.
Yeah, it's gonna be out for the next gen money, but they've already taken people money. To me, all the backlash they're getting for this game and this release, they deserve. I'm sorry. I'm usually lighter on developers and companies. They deserve all of it because
but it ain't the
blade
developers.
drives.
The coach came out and said it wasn't the developers. It was us, the owner of the company. He said, or the co-owner said,
no,
it was their fault.
He's taking fire. If you're going to, no, those developers, they probably pushed it, but he said in the thing that they talked about, they didn't see that the game was actually this bad. You liar.
Okay. All right, who was next? Who was supposed to be next? Was it Keith or was it D2? I don't remember who I said.
I mean, I can. Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Keith. I didn't remember who I said.
All right. So at the top of the podcast, if you're just tuning in, I mentioned that I bought the game on both Stadia and the PC, and I can also play it on GeForce Now. For me, I guess I'm living in a bubble, because both of the versions that I purchased work. I mean, I had a few clip-ins on the PC, but the Stadia is almost flawless. I mean, and when I say clip-ins, like made my skin crawl, clip-ins on the PC, on the PC version. Like, okay, time to cut the game off.
That's funny.
But so for me, I'm in a bubble where it's like, man, the game runs, it works. I know it can run a lot better. I know it can be a lot more efficient with the what do you call it, when the optimization? Because
Yeah.
I know that's one of the issues, because you're asking a small developer really to make this game work on seven platforms.
Yes.
So that's one thing, and that's not to excuse the narrative that happened. It's not to excuse anything that happened, because in all honesty, just delay the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, but K-Bomb has already shut that down, that those other versions weren't available. So they couldn't push the game back again, I guess. But man, it just makes me think of that Miyamoto quote, a bad game. What did he say? You know what he said. A bad game is forever or something. I don't know. I can't even think of it right now. But I just feel like they should have just delayed it some more. Like, just take the heat there versus putting out a bad product.
Exactly.
a bad product is that's gonna forever be on the people's mind. Next time they see your name associated with a game, they're gonna have a lot of trepidation about wanting to support you. And they should have just took the heat by delaying the game across the board and said it's not ready, and just being honest about it. Because everybody wanted to play this game, and they still would have wanted to play this game. It doesn't matter. They still are gonna.
They still sold 13 mil even with the rebates,
right?
Even with refunds.
But that's just one part of the problem of the game. The game itself isn't even revolutionary. Yeah, I'm having a little fun with it, but it's still, here's a side mission, or here's a mission, go here, go there. The stuff that we were told or sold on the trailers, it's close, but it's not really there. It still feels like a regular game. And it's like, all of this happened for a regular game. It's like, it's not even a Super Saiyan game. It's a regular base level game, honestly. It's very beautiful. It's very beautiful. And it's like, they should have just took the heat by delaying the game. And I tried to defend them because it worked in my little bubble, it was working. I tried to defend them, but just hearing them talk more after the fact, it's like, y'all should just shut up.
They keep digging themselves in bigger holes, right?
They just keep talking. Like, stop talking, fix it. And I'm glad that they put out that information and said this is the roadmap. And I'm very optimistic, and I believe this is going to be a very good game in the end. But the damage has already been done.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Very good point.
Let me send this shout out to Nina's. Thank you for helping us to say it right. Nina's Juju.
There you go.
I'm not going to get that last one good. Brav Aria. I think I said that right. But anyway, I'm just going to stick with Nina's anyway and Juju. But thank you for what you said. I agree. Salax13. I might have to do a slap yourself. It's been a minute, man. I might have to pull out. I might have to come back and do a little outside the podcast video with a slap yourself for Cyberpunk. I might do that, bro. I might just do that. But anyway, go ahead. Anything else, Keith, before I throw it over to D2?
No, that's all I got for right now.
So I want to peer into that a little bit more before I give it to D2K. So you saying the game isn't breaking the mold in any new fact? It just basically all the hype that they built around this game breaking the mold, it ain't doing that.
No, and then if you go on YouTube, you can find like the cut content that they actually had playing. And some of that stuff was pretty cool, but they couldn't get it out.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I heard that as well. I heard that it's a good game, but it's not as groundbreaking as they were setting themselves up. It was like a slightly better Deus Ex or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I actually saw that it was compared to Deus Ex. But anyway, I got a question I want to ask, but I want to give D2K the opportunity to give his thoughts on what CD Projekt Red has done, the aftermath, the apology, all this stuff. Kind of give his summation of it, and then I ask the question. Go ahead, D2.
Well, I think it's a case of whenever you have something that's been in development for this long, I think the perception doesn't measure up to the reality. Traditionally and historically, it never really does. It doesn't matter what title it is. When you have something that's in development for this long, and you have this many people saying this many positive things about it, and the company is pushing it to be the greatest thing since sliced bread, you're setting yourself up for failure. Even if things went absolutely perfectly, I don't think that people would have been satisfied with the finished product, simply because, it almost became bigger than what the game. It was never going to achieve what they wanted to achieve, because you create this idol in your mind of what you want the game to be and what you expect the game to be, and realistically, it can never fit that. But they made things a whole lot worse by basically coming out and telling you that, no, we're going to give you what's in your mind. All that stuff that you think this game's going to be, we're going to give you that. And they didn't. And they keep trying to backpedal and keep trying to lie to cover up other lies, and it's just making the whole thing worse. It kind of reminds me of an episode of The Cosby Show where Theo, I think he got in trouble because he was ribbing this girl that was at the Circus Burger because she was overweight, and he got kicked off the track team. But he was trying to keep his parents from finding out that's what really happened. So he just kept telling more lies and more lies and more lies throughout the entire episode, and finally just completely fell apart. Completely fell apart. And that's kind of pretty much where they are right now. Is that, if you had just like K-Bomb and Keith said, if you had just said what was wrong from the beginning, then people would have been angry, but they wouldn't have felt betrayed.
Yes.
Now you've got people. Now people feel betrayed because you told us an unnecessary lie about your own negligence and your own, lack of, good marketing, because you didn't have to push this game this hard. You knew the problems that were there, and if you were smart, you would have kind of toned things down a little bit in preparation of making your initial statement of saying that, this game is not quite ready to come out of the oven. We might have to put it in there for a little bit longer. And if people had forgotten about it, they'd have been more understanding and said, oh, okay, yeah, well, take your time, get it right. That's what we want to see. But you didn't do that. You were so arrogant and you were so prideful that you knew this game was going to be revolutionary, and that made it even worse. You just put yourself on a higher pedestal to fall from. And, I'm not really sure. I mean, people are going to get all the DLC and they're going to get the finished version whenever they fix it completely. And I guess it'll probably be enjoyable once it gets to its ultimate form. But right now, it's just kind of like, these companies really just need to understand that people don't have a whole lot of money to play with in the first place. They just don't have. They're not as forced to play your games. There's other things they could be doing with their money. So don't think it's sweet that you can just come out and tell lies and then people just say, okay, and just forget about stuff like this. It's not going to work. There's too much stuff going on in the world. People free to even care. People are salty because you lie, but they'll get over that and they'll say, you know what? I won't be buying anything else from you guys anytime soon.
Okay, I agree. I mean, I can't really add much to anything that you guys said. Let me read what Nia Juju said. The game is not groundbreaking gameplay wise, but the story, lore, and voice acting is second to The Witcher 3. The game slaps DSX and is not even close. Gameplay is trash. DSX gameplay is trash. Okay, so I haven't played the game. I was tempted. I'm not a first person shooter type of first person perspective type of guy.
It still sucks. I don't like first person either. I played it. I got kind of woozy playing it. I do not like the first person point of view. I know me and you talked about the level.
That's one of the reasons I don't like first person.
I don't like I don't like it either.
Okay, so you played it on the Stadia, right? Move King.
No, I played it on PS5.
Oh, no wonder you got sick. Okay, anyway, so you playing the PlayStation 4 stuff, man. I thought you played that's still
I'm not playing the Stadia version.
You getting swimming and anyway, so my thing is I got 3 questions I want to ask and we're going to move on. First, did Greed get the best of them? Just yes or no, however you want to go.
Absolutely.
Okay. K-Bomb, anybody else? I believe
Yep.
Greed got the best of them. Okay, so they showed themselves to be no different than any other company looking to get paid. That's what they was on, and they saw big dollars, and they wasn't about to let these glitches and bugs stop forgetting that pay sign. Now, what I don't appreciate about what they did, and I got some other things I want to add. What I don't appreciate is they put the onus on the back of Sony and Microsoft to give refunds. Yep. Like, how do you put a trashy game out? Now, I guess Sony and Microsoft should have known that the game was in this state because they had to clear it, right?
No. They don't have to.
Okay, explain
No.
that, because I was listening to something and they was talking about Sony's and Microsoft quality control or whatever should have been able to catch that this game was in such bad shape. That's what I heard. Now, if I'm wrong on that, please explain.
I'm not exactly sure that's how that works.
Okay.
It
I know-
depends. I mean, I know Nintendo's quality control is super airtight.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how Microsoft and Sony go about how they do theirs. You got to. There's so many different games that have to go through quality control. It's easy for some things to slip through the cracks, but usually not with a title of this magnitude.
Right, and that's what I heard.
Checked out something like that.
Right, I heard that there was some knowledge of how the game, what the state of the game was in, but because of who it was, there was some checks and balances removed to allow the game to come out anyway, even though the game was in the state that it was. That's what I heard. Now, that's not facts, but that's what was alleged or alluded to. Now, my thing
It's
is
believable.
this, and yeah, I agree, D2. I think it is believable. My issue is, how does CD Projekt Red then turn to their consumers who bought the game and tell them to seek out a refund from the from the platform that they put the game on and not themselves? How do they put the onus of giving the money back on Sony, which prompted Sony to then turn around and be like, okay, all right, you playing like that? Now, we gonna get their money back, but this game ain't staying. This game is not staying in the store until you fix it, and that's where they started getting serious, because Sony took the game off the Play Store.
Yeah, they should have. Now, it's perfectly fine for them to say, "Hey, Sony, hey, get your money from Sony." It's perfectly fine if you have already communicated to Sony a plan of refunding the people their money.
Mm-hmm.
If you just threw it into their lap like it sounded like they did, then you have no justification to do what you just.
Yeah,
It's hard for me to believe that they're that dilapidated that they would actually think that they could just throw this in Sony's lap and then walk away without Sony saying, no. That's not how this is going to go, son.
Yeah, they
Exactly.
literally said that neither Sony nor Microsoft knew that the people at CD Projekt Red was going to make that statement and
Right.
say seek out. They didn't have a clue. So Sony being in the position they in, Sony was like, all right.
Bet money.
Bet money. All right, I'm gonna give their money back. We gonna take this little blow, but y'all gonna hurt way worse than us, because we finna take this game off our Play Store and we not putting it back in the Play Store until you fix the game. How about that? And then all of a sudden, now they urgent, and they urgency to get the game fixed came. Now all of a sudden you're getting apologies. Now all of a sudden you're seeing the CEO or co-owner of the company issues apologies and all this stuff. So that was my first issue, that they put the onus on the back of Microsoft and Sony. The second issue I had is what I shared with you and Keith in the Hangout, K-Bum. I said I believe CD Projekt Red put all their focus on the PC versions and the newer platforms and totally neglected the current or now past gen systems, and then at the last minute tried to crunch and push that stuff over to that platform, and it didn't work. And that's what the dude basically came out and said. We put our focus on the PC version, and we thought it'd be we knew it'd be a challenge, but we thought it was something we can handle. And they ran into issues trying to get this game over to the older hardware. So my question is, was they too ambitious, or was they too focused on the PC versions?
Both.
It's both.
Go ahead.
It's both.
Go ahead. Break it down.
D2K. Go ahead, D2K. You said it first.
Well, I mean, that goes without saying that it's both. I mean, they definitely want the money, and they definitely were too ambitious with the title. And like I was saying in my initial statement, is that when you have something that's in development this long, games that I think there's like a threshold of a game being in development too long. I think that like 3 to 4 years is the maximum that you should have a game in development. Once you go beyond that, that's when problems start to happen, and that's when things start to get watered down. It's like running down
are pacing over the same piece of carpet over and over again. Eventually, you wear it out, and I think that you know they got to a point where this game was just we had to get this game done. We probably pushed this game too far. Probably should have put the game out earlier and then broke off what we were working on and made a part 2 or the next iteration of the game or whatever it was going to be, rather than trying to jam pack all this into one game. So I think they were overly ambitious, and I do think they were greedy trying to get that money.
Okay.
But you did hear that they said that they really didn't start development on this game until 2016. That was an article that I just saw a couple of days ago. Because 2013, I believe, is when we first saw the little trailer for Cyberpunk. But they were saying that development actually didn't start 2016. That's what they're saying. I don't know how much truth to it, but that's what I'm hearing.
Okay. Keith, you got anything to add to that?
Not necessarily. The same thing K-Bun just said, and I think I don't know if that's enough credit to give them. Like, oh, they didn't start because what were we saying, 7-8 years, and it wasn't a full 7-8 years. So, yeah, that's not enough.
Okay.
Nah, it's not an excuse.
Shout out
It's not an
again.
excuse.
Shout out again to
Because
Juju. Shout out again to Juju. You made a good point. I saw K-Bum hit it up, but you're right. Microsoft and Sony do typically allow these type of games to hit their platforms, like you said. Proof, all the proof you need is Fallout 76 and Assassin's Creed Unity. You right on the money with that. So correct.
or even like Batman Arkham Knight. You know, that game had a whole lot of glitches and stuff when it initially came out, and that hurt that game a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot one of my what you've been playing though. That's what I played. I played that Arkham Knight, the last one, and I've
Really?
I started playing it and then I deleted it.
See
It's
that?
trash.
Okay, now you.
What?
I told you.
No, it was probably good when it came out, but combat systems are so dynamic now. That whole one button combat system just felt like I'm playing Turtles in Time, some old game, some Sega game.
Okay. Well, I don't go that. I want to go that far, but they haven't changed. They haven't changed the combat system since the first Arkham game. So
So let me throw this last thing out, then we moving on to the next topic. So can they rebound? Can CD Projekt Red rebound from this debacle?
Heck yeah.
Okay.
Heck yeah.
Right.
The people forget The Witcher had a rough launch too. It was not as bad as this, but The Witcher.
I guess what I'm saying is, of course they can rebound. So that maybe I didn't.
Yeah, they can rebound.
Will we ever trust them? Can they? This is what I mean by rebound. Will they ever have the trust that they had before this? Because we trusted them. I remember us praising CD Projekt Red, saying they was like no other development because of Witcher 3 and how they took, they took their craft serious and, they dotted their I's across their T's. They took care of their consumers. That was the image and the, that's what we thought their character was like. But this proved that y'all just like EA, Bethesda, and all the rest of them. You trying to get that paper. So, in that sense, I'm asking, can they rebound? You say no. I agree. I don't think they never get that trust
won't
back.
Get this unparalleled trust that we've had in them that made me say all the time, it doesn't matter. It's going to be a great game. It doesn't matter. It's going to be a great game. Oh no, this is the Witcher people. Oh, it's going to be a great game.
Yeah,
and
that's gone.
They're not getting that again.
Well, it takes a lifetime to build up a good reputation and only a second to destroy it.
Yeah, that is so true.
I hate that's the part about it that I like. Man, I feel for them on that because they did have a level of respect, trust, and reverence that this one act of selfishness and greed just ruined all that. So we'll never approach any of their games the same way. So let's move on to the next thing. So of course, and we're going to kind of tie these two next topics into one because they kind of align with each other. So we got next generation has launched. We got the PlayStation 5 here. We have the Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S. They've been out for at least 2.5 months now. So we've had enough time to experience them. And then we hearing the rummaging of Switch Pro rumors, Switch X, especially if you watching Super Metal Dave, you've been knowing about the Switch Pro for about 3. Anyway, let me stop. You got the Switch Pro rumors, Switch sales. Okay, so let's kind of just make this all one conversation. So first of all, are we satisfied so far? Because it was only 2 months stretch about. Are we satisfied with Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series S, this current generation? Are we satisfied? Now, I guess that'll go to me and K-Bum. So, K-Bum, are you satisfied with your experience thus far with the next current gen systems?
Okay. All right. So, I'm not going. The answer, in short, let me just go and get that. In short, the quick answer is no. That's the quick answer. No, I'm not satisfied. That's the quick answer. The reason why I say that, one thing, I love the PS5. I think the PS5 as a system is a excellent system. It is a excellent system, from the controller, from the gameplay. I mean, not gameplay, from the controller to the system itself, the way it's built, the way that it plays older games without any issues. The store, I think it's a great system. But here's where I say I'm not I'm not satisfied. I have played so many PS4 games on my PS5. I've been playing a back catalog of PS4 games because I don't have enough PS5 games to play.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I would say I'm not satisfied, because I'm going through. It's allowed me, because some of my friends can't play some of the PS5 games that I have, like some of the Madden stuff. I can't play with them. I can't play with them with the 2K because they don't have the new 2K version. They have the new FIFA version, so I can't play the online games. Even Call of Duty. Call of Duty actually may be able to play cross-platform. I'm not sure. And that's another thing PlayStation has gone for, and Xbox, I guess in general, the new consoles, is cross-gen platform play, which is saving it. But there's not enough PS5 games. Just flat out being completely honest and just completely upfront and forward about it. There's not enough PS5 games, or even next gen games in general, to keep me interested and keep me playing next gen games. Again, I have been going through a backlog of PS4 games. So I will say I am not satisfied with this launch on that aspect, on the game aspect. There's not enough games out there for the system. But like I said before, what saves them, unlike other systems like the PS4 and the PS3, is that you were, for the most part, you were only tied to, depending on which PS3 version you had. You had the one with backwards compatibility, and that's different. But you were tied to that ecosystem of the PS4 or of the PS3. With the PS5, you're not tied to the ecosystem of just the PS5. You do have the PS4 games that you can use with the disc, or you can download, any of the games that you previously had download. To that point, it makes it worth having the PS5, because you still have pretty much all your PS4 games to play. But I'm not satisfied because I'm spending more time playing PS4 games than I am playing PS5 games. So that's my quick comment in a nutshell.
Okay, all right. For me, I'm gonna say I ain't gonna say I'm satisfied. You know how you eat, you can still eat some more, but you ain't in no rush to get another plate. That's kind of how I feel right now. I want more, but I'm gonna talk a little bit, mingle around with some folks and have a good time. Then I'm gonna go fix me another plate. That's kind of what I meant with the PlayStation 5. I feel like the very thing that K-Bum said is why I appreciate the PlayStation 5. It has breathed life into a lot of PlayStation 4 games that I missed, and I don't think I would have wanted to experience them on the PlayStation 4. I'm glad I'm able to experience them on the PlayStation 5, probably like the developers would have wanted me to experience it. Like I take Fallout. I was watching a few videos on Fallout. Not Fallout, but Star Wars Fallen Jedi. And the way it played on the PlayStation 4 as opposed to playing on the PlayStation 5. I'm glad I waited and played it on the PlayStation 5 because I'm getting a way better experience, and I don't feel like I'm getting a last generation experience either. It feels like it's comparable to, and which this might not be a good example, but Miles Morales is a in-between title. It's not next gen for real, and it's not necessarily previous gen. It's kind of in between. It's like it's giving you some of what next gen is going to do, a taste of it, but not all the bells and whistles, while being a good, decent leap from what you would have got on the base PlayStation 4. And that's kind of what Star Wars Fallen Jedi is. It's like it's giving you, it's stable, it's crisp, it's fast. You're getting that 60 frames per second. You're getting that bump in visuals, and that part I'm really enjoying, that stability. That's what I'm liking about the PlayStation 5. The fact that I'm not, like you said, I'm not stuck with just PlayStation 5 games. And then I'm loving what Sony is doing through their store. You got all these free games that you can just go try out and play. And I was like, wow, I just did not know. I see why folks was raving about, the Sony store and the games that you get, because you're not getting some shabby games like, Lord forgive me, I keep. Go ahead. Let me. When I say this, I'm not. I just feel led to say this. I'm not a turncoat. I am still a Nintendo guy. I still prefer Nintendo over Sony. But I got to be honest. I gotta say it. My online with Nintendo ran out top of this week. Actually, I turned it on, and you know what? I had no care to renew it, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's because once you start seeing the games that PlayStation, I'm pretty sure Xbox is giving you for buying their service, it's not comparable. And nostalgia, I get it, but I'm sorry, they giving you current gen games that you might have missed. Like I said, I played that Goshen or however you say it, Impact for free. I got to go play Beyond. What's that? Beyond Human. I can play that right now for free. I can play. Man, there's so many games that just came out in the last 2-3 years. I can play for free on my PlayStation 5 because I got online services and I can go tap into them PlayStation 4 games. And they also have free PlayStation 5 games right now that you can play on the PlayStation 5 for free. Like I got Bug Snatch, and my daughter loved that game. It's a strange one. That's a strange game. But I got that for free. I ain't had to pay for Bug Snatch. That don't even sound right. But anyway, my point is, yeah, Bug Snack. They know what they was doing with that. But anyway, my point is, I feel like the PlayStation 5 is definitely living up to its billing, and it's making me anticipate. I told K-Bomb, I was like, man, playing through Lost Legacy is making me anticipate what they're going to do with Uncharted 5 on this mug. I want to see what God of War is going to look like on this beast of a machine. Like, I'm really anticipating what's coming. I wasn't really tripping off PlayStation 4 like that. It was just I had the PlayStation 4, what came. But I'm actually looking forward to what's coming to the PlayStation 5 based on the experience I've been having, the stability, the clarity, the visuals, the controller, the speed. Like, man, downloading the game literally takes minutes, not hours. You don't put your controller down and go cook your family a whole meal and eat, watch a movie, and come back and still waiting another 30 minutes to a complete, like on the PlayStation 4. You put a game in there and that game uploaded and ready to play within 15 minutes. You can play the game like on a Switch or something. So for me, I am satisfied as much as I can be satisfied at this point. Now, with that being said, I am still anticipating my boys Nintendo and what they got coming. I hope the Switch Pro is a real deal. I hope that these games that they talking about might be coming is legit, because when they showed the trailer for Bowser's Fury, I don't know about y'all, but them games looking a lot better than normal. That's me. These games don't look like what I would feel like you should be seeing on the Switch. That's me. But I'm still anticipating what Nintendo got coming. But I'm enjoying next generation. I want to play these games. I like the stability that this PlayStation 5 is giving me. I like the bump. I didn't think I would feel the difference, but I'm feeling the difference from the PlayStation 4 to the PlayStation 5. I really do. And it's the subtle stuff, and I know there's even more to come in the visual department, but the subtle stuff is worth it. It's once you play it and you get that stability, you don't want to go back to 30 frames per second. You just don't. And I ain't never think I'd be that type of a guy. I want my TV to shine. I want to see 4K. I don't want 1080p no more. I want 4K. Hey, so I ain't wrong. I bought it. It showed me. I'm like, I don't want to go back. I don't want to I don't want to go back to the fair after I go to Six Flags. I don't want to go ride the fair rides no more. I'm just gonna eat. I don't want to go around in circles. I want to get on a real roller coaster. So that's kind of how I feel about it. The PlayStation 5 to me, I haven't played the Xbox Series X. I want to. I want to try out the Series X. But if I was to just take it from the angle of the PlayStation 5, all the small improvements that you would think is small is actually huge. The speed, the processing of uploading the game, the speed of that, jumping into a game, the speed of that, the solidness in how the game is running, the quality of how it's bumping up a lot of these older games that you missed and stabilizing these games. If that's just what it's doing right now while we wait for what's coming that's built up from ground up for the PlayStation 5, I'm happy. I'm enjoying this. I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, I would say I'm satisfied as much as possibly at this time. Anything else? Anybody else? I know y'all don't went quiet. Did I put you to sleep?
No, I don't have any of the consoles yet. There's a small possibility I might be getting a PlayStation, but I don't have it just yet.
Okay.
But I would say that I'm looking at this Bowser's Fury right now. This dude look legit.
Bowser Fury looks different. Like you can tell. I'm finna make a lot of Nintendo people mad, man. But I'm gonna say it.
Hold
you
on,
can see. Let me go and throw it out there. And then you got it, Keith. You can feel the changing of the guard.
I knew you was gonna say that.
You feel it. You feel some new faces and some new minds and some new thinking is up, and you know this ain't Miyamoto. You feel some youth up in there. You feel some people that ain't detached from what's popping and what's hot up in there. You see some people that understand where folks is as gamers, understanding where kids actually are as younger gamers. You starting to see whoever behind the scene at Nintendo is understanding this, because who else would make Bowser look intimidating? Bowser looks, oh my God, Bowser looks intimidating. When he looks vicious. He looks vicious, man. He looks like he look like he'll hand you your tail. That's what he looks like. he looked like something to contend with.
And what's kind of cool is that you actually, like, I don't know if it's on all the levels, but at least some of the levels you actually see him in the ground while you're doing all the other stuff that you're doing on the level. You know, it's like he's there, and the draw distance of how big he actually is kind of amazing, because I look at how far off in the distance he is, but how big he still is, though.
I think just looking at the trailer and what I gathered from it, I think the stage is built around Bowser. And at a certain point or time, or as you gather things, you disturb him. I'm thinking I don't know if he goes into I don't know. I'm pretty sure losing to Mario and sent Bowser into a whole nother state of, because there's Bowser Fury. So I guess he okay, I'm tired I've been playing games with you. It's time to show you for who I am. And it's like they drawn a lot from Breath of the Wild. And that's what I'm saying. You can feel the changing of the guards. You can feel that there's some new blood behind the scenes at Nintendo in the development of studios, because I'm just gonna be honest, Miyamoto would never have done this.
Well, even like Calamity Ganon was kind of like a break from convention,
Right?
For Nintendo.
Right. So I'm liking what I'm seeing from Nintendo. I mean, 2020 was 2020. We understand that COVID threw some things off. Man, if you don't get away from me, King, I'm not. No, gone. Anyway, so man, he just wants my attention so bad. But I'm anticipating what Nintendo got right now. We got a little. I mean, I can't wait till next month to get this game because I'm looking forward to it. I can't believe I'm gonna be buying Mario 3D World again just to get Bowser's Fury. I wish they would just release Bowser's Fury. I hope it's not super short, but even how the game looks in the open worldness of that particular aspect of the game, or that particular portion of the game, the Bowser Fury part, that's an open world. That's different, and it's borrowing a lot of elements from 3D World, but it's blended it with some of the Odyssey touches. And
yeah, I noticed that too.
Yeah, like, man, Nintendo owns something. So if the Pro is coming, and like I said, the visuals in that game look different to me. I don't know. A lot of things Nintendo put out here lately looks different. I ain't saying that's Pro, but you know, they did say they want everybody to start, the developers start to work on games in 4K. So that's got to be something coming, you know. So yeah, I'm anticipating what Nintendo got. I'm still ready for that Breath of the Wild 2. I still want that Bayonetta 3 and whatever else they got coming, that Metro Prime, whenever that comes. So Nintendo still got a lot coming, and that they sales is crazy. We didn't even talk about their sales. But next gen, I'm happy. I'm happy where we at. I'm happy to be a PlayStation 5 owner. I'm anticipating what they got coming. I did notice that you didn't see God of War in the window of this year. I don't know if you noticed that, K-Bomb. God of War is not in this year's list of games to come. They didn't have it at all. So I hope Sony ain't pulling a fast was on us and showed that last year. And I told you I don't think we're gonna see it this year. I don't think we will. I think they pulled a fast.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I don't think they need to.
Yeah, they don't.
It wasn't. I mean, it was not like it came out a long time ago. I mean, it wasn't that long ago that Part 4 came out. So give them some breathing room.
Yeah, my thing is, I just think they need one game, and that might be Ratchet and Clank, but they need one holiday game that really showcase what this system can do. I think every system needs their Gears of War, because to me that's the game I always go back. Microsoft proved the Xbox 360 with Gears of War. That game was a cut above the rest, in my opinion. But go ahead.
Yeah.
K-Bomb, Keith Norris, whoever.
What we talking about? I don't know if I have anything to add. I guess it's kind of early. I'm really still anticipating what Microsoft is going to do with this next gen. Still, even though the console is out right now, I'm still waiting. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
but nah, I can't say I'm not satisfied. I mean, it's cool that we finally got that out the way, but I'm just waiting on the games now.
Yeah.
Microsoft really is just, it's just like it's just there. The Series X.
But wait a minute, D2. But if you're right, it does feel like a byproduct of the conversation because it is technically a next generation system. It does seem like a sideline conversation, but I really feel this way. I'm telling you, I feel like they just waiting their time, and it's gonna be a problem. And the reason I say that is they already showed us Perfect Dark, that they got a Perfect Dark remix.
Forgot about that.
But then I just found out that there is I don't know if it's Bethesda. Yeah, Bethesda is making a Indiana Jones game.
Yeah.
And I'm
From
like,
scratch?
Yeah, man, they making so I guess, with Lauren, this is how my mind look at it. both Uncharted and Lore
Tomb Raider.
is basically Indiana Jones. Now,
Yeah, it
this
is.
can go. This go well, or this go bad because Indiana Jones is a product that you got to stick to the actual roots.
It has lore.
Yeah,
It
it
has
has a lot to.
background.
Yeah, you can't
It's,
just create your
you
own.
can't do what
Yeah,
you want.
right.
It's just like Star Wars or Star Trek or
Star
something
Right.
like that.
Yep.
That's the
Yep.
only thing that makes me like, I don't know, because with Uncharted they free to go wherever they choose to go because they created Nathan Drake.
Yes.
Tomb Raider
Raider.
is free to go wherever they want to go because they created Lara Croft. Yeah, it
Yeah.
borrows from Indiana Jones, but Indiana Jones is, like you said, I don't know who said it, but I think you said DK. It's like Star Wars. There's already a lore that people have come accustomed to and know and very familiar with. You can't depart from that, and that's my only thing. But I'm scared that I'm really fearful that I'm gonna be looking like a year or two down the road. I'm gonna be like, man, I should have got that Xbox Series X. But right now, the PlayStation is living it up. But I'm not doubtful on the Xbox. I just think they don't have nothing right now. But when they come, they gonna knock a ball out the park, and it's gonna be a problem. That's what I feel. That's what everything in me saying. These boys got some stuff in the back. They just sitting on it.
Well, they better.
I hope
So-
they do.
So
Go ahead.
so what you saying is that they're sitting on these games and all this evidence, just like Trump's legal team and
Oh my
those.
God.
Stop it.
Oh, come on, man.
Now,
What?
since you go there, K-Bomb, since you go there, I'm going to bring it right back to you. All right, so you got your PlayStation. You got your PlayStation 5.
Anytime now,
You got your Stadia.
legal votes.
You even tapped into the PC world with your laptop. I can't think of what you got. That
Surface Book
Surface
3.
Pro, right?
Surface Book, but that's cool.
When this
Call it what
Switch
you want
comes
to.
out, when this new powerful Switch come out, can K-Bomb commit that he's going to get one?
If they come out with a 4K Nintendo product, I would absolutely get a 4K Nintendo product. If there's something on there I really want to play. Just like,
Why you
just like
get-
I was
Why
just like I
gotta
was
be-
wild about Breath of the Wild. I was like, man, this game that'll make me get a system. I will more likely get a Nintendo system with my own money and purchase it if it has if it's in high def and it has a game that I want. I
Okay.
am more likely to do that than to play one that's 720p.
That's
Yeah.
fair. That's fair. Now,
I'm beyond that. I've been in this game for too long. I've been gaming since I was 4. I've already put my time in for Nintendo. I can pull rank. I don't owe them anything. So
he said I can pull it right.
I don't owe them anything. So I'm gonna say that unless they give me exactly what I want, they won't get a dime of my money.
Gotcha.
And what I want from Nintendo is to give me a console that's more powerful than what's out there right now. Because they can afford to do it. It'll be easier for them to do it. And there's no excuse for them not to do it. We said it on
D2K,
this.
That's a fair.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Keith.
have you had a chance to look at the what game is that? I'm looking at the game on the Switch. It's streaming. What is that game called? Control.
Yeah.
Have you had a chance? And it's Control and something else. It might be Resident Evil 7.
Yeah. It's both. One is Resident Evil. One is Control. I know that.
Yeah. Have you had a chance to look at that? Do you think that's an
I-
avenue that Nintendo should take?
Well, I mean, I'm not sure how well that'll work in terms of servers and stuff here, in the States. It's a lot better. I mean, those games available to play on Switch over here, or is that still just in Japan?
No, that's here.
Yeah, Control
Okay.
is here.
Okay. Well, I mean, they're gonna have to do something because that will work for people who already own the Switch, so they can get some games that are give you some semblance of next gen graphics right now instead of having to go buy another console. But they still need another console. They need a new powerful powerhouse console because, like we said before, there's just so much that Nintendo can do. As much as we saw with that Bowser's Fury and how nice that game looks, we don't know what it's running on. More than likely, it's still running on the Switch. But just imagine having that same level of creativity, but with the power of the Xbox Series X or PlayStation 5.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have anything to hold you back other than your imagination. Anything that you want to do, you can do. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of developers in Nintendo or some of their second-party studios that they want to do that they just can't because the power's not there. And it's cheating themselves as creators and developers. It's cheating your fan base because they're only getting some, maybe 60 or 70% of the vision of the developers. You know,
Yeah,
so it's just time. It's just time to get rid of that. So there's no reason to hold back anymore. You can afford to make the most powerful console, period, and it's already been proven that you don't have to sacrifice visuals or creativity and gameplay for high-ranked visuals because PlayStation 5 blew that right out of the water.
Yeah. Now it's interesting that I found out. And I want to get to these sales and why y'all think the sales are like they are, because the Switch is selling like crazy right now. And I know that's playing a part in why they continue to go down the path they're going, because they sell it. This thing selling like crazy. But I saw that Microsoft tried to buy Nintendo and give them the power of the Xbox with Nintendo's games. Like, I tried to wrap my mind around what that would look like, but that's kind of the same approach with the PlayStation. What created the PlayStation was giving Nintendo the power to do, giving the Nintendo power, but with Nintendo games. But I would be interested to see what Nintendo would do with a system with the capability of a Xbox Series X or PlayStation 5. I definitely would want to see that because they doing so much with basically I don't even know what you would say that is. It ain't even a laptop level. That's they got
NVIDIA Shield.
It's an NVIDIA Shield. Like they doing that with that. So they improved that they can do a lot with little. So what could they do with a lot? With no limits. But what do y'all think is contributing to the sales of the Switch? Why is the Switch still selling like crazy? Because it's dang near close to 100 million.
It's there. It's there. That's why it's selling. I mean, the PlayStation 5 or PlayStation 4 is market is saturated. The Xbox One's market is saturated. The PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series S and X are not available. So what are you going to buy? A Switch.
Well, I mean, like in Japan, I get you, D2K. But at the level it's selling, it's like it got to be more. What is it? It seemed to me to be more than just I want to buy something, so I'm about to Switch. I'm pretty sure that's part of it. But it seemed like there's an actual appeal that Nintendo tapped into with the Switch that people actually wanted. Like they actually really want it. That's what I'm.
I'm not really sure what it is because it's not like the games because there's not a whole lot of games that are coming out that have been coming out lately. Because of COVID, the whole public thing is not really there like it used to be. So, I mean, I don't know. Really don't know what it is.
Right. I
it's
remember
weird.
I went into Best Buy, man, and I'm not going to lie. I saw a lot of people asking about the Switch. Like, they was the Switch aisle was packed. And, the PlayStation X, don't get me wrong, there's people but now the Switch aisle was lit up with people from all ages, all sizes. And I was like, and then when I saw the numbers, like Switch is already past 70 million. And they projecting that the Switch is going to make 100 million in the next, maybe before this time next year, might be at 100 million.
No, that's not going to happen.
I'm just saying that's what they're projecting. They saying
they can project all they want. They're not selling 30 million consoles in a year. That's not happening. I'm sorry. They might top out at 100 million when the console is all done, but they're not selling 30 million Switches in 1 year. Man, that's not happening.
I don't know.
I mean, when the Switch was at its absolute peak, I think the most they sold was like what 10 million, 15 million, something like
I thought it was
that.
like 18. If I wasn't the first year, it was like
Yeah,
18.
yeah, yeah. So they would have to come out with, Breath of the Wild 2 and Metroid Prime 4 and Bayonetta 3 and
Now,
some games we ain't
now I
heard of
don't,
before
I don't know what
and
the
some ported over third party games that's coming
right
out for the PlayStation
And
5.
a stimulus
And
check.
they got
and
just
now I don't know where when that 70 number came. I don't know if that's I don't know when around that number was made known. So that 70 could have been several months ago. They could have crossed 70. It could have been in the last few weeks. I don't know, but
no,
they
no,
projected.
that's pretty recent. That's pretty
Yeah.
recent because last time I checked, it was like 68. So that's probably pretty recent.
Yeah, but it's selling. I mean, for a system that came out in 2017, it's
It is
moving
selling.
some units. It's moving some
It's
units.
selling. It's selling. I like again. I don't know how much is that due to. Well, little Johnny ain't getting that PS5, so let's go ahead and give him something.
I'm
Like I don't
pretty
know
sure
how
some
much
of it is that.
it is to that. But
But I
I'm not
see-
going to belittle. I don't want to belittle Nintendo and say that just because you can't get nothing else, you get Nintendo. I don't think that's it. They have a good system with good games. I mean, you look at how many games they're selling first party versus Sony and Xbox. You clearly see that they have games that sell. Like we don't have the same argument on the Switch that we do on the PS5. You know, the PS5 just came out. We don't have the same argument. There's games out there to be purchased, and they're selling in, you know, 10, 15, 20 million range of copies being sold. And whatever stupid number Animal Crossing is selling at.
It's dang near 1-to-1. I don't know what's going
I
on.
have
Something
no
like
idea.
that.
What's
Yeah,
going on,
but-
man.
Yeah, because I don't get the allure of Animal Crossing. My daughter loves it, but I can care less. I don't feel like working. I work all day. I don't come to play a game and work. So, but anyway, anything else before we get out of here? We didn't really have a whole lot we want to talk about. Cyberpunk was really what it was. I'm finna go up here and watch
I
that
think
movie.
we covered a lot, though. I think we covered a lot.
Okay. Yeah, I'm finna go
That's
up
been
here
the
and
first
watch
time
this
being
Wire.
back in a little minute.
Yeah, it's been about a month. I'm going up here to watch this Outside the Wire with old boy Falcon. What's his name? I don't know his real name.
Anthony Mackie.
Anthony Mackie. It's a new movie he got up on Netflix. Hey, have any of y'all watched Wanda?
Bruh,
I watched it.
I'm on it.
Is it good?
I haven't got.
I haven't watched it yet.
It's cool.
I gotta get.
You can tell it's just getting started.
It's amazing so far because there is so much. They are saying so much about what's actually going on without telling you what's going on, and like it on the surface of what you're seeing is not what's actually going on. It is so much going on behind the scenes and underneath layer, and a lot of people I've seen who've been upset and said it's not good. They're just looking at the surface level of what they're being presented to.
Yeah.
But there's so much going on underneath the veil. And when they start revealing it, it's going to start blowing minds. I'm excited. I think.
Did you guys happen to check the last of the Mandalorian episode?
Oh, my
Lord
God.
have mercy.
Bro.
Lord have mercy.
Oh man, I lost my. You should have saw it. You should have saw my stuff in the hangout. We couldn't talk about. Man, yeah.
No,
that
no
was dope.
spoilers. Y'all. I don't know.
I
I don't know if
can't,
the chat
but-
done seen it.
Dude, when that happened, man, I was like, oh man, they done did better than the movies. They did it
Yes,
better
they
than
have.
the movies, man.
Yes, they have.
If they would have caught that in the movies, they would have lived up to the lure of Star Wars. How can a series do better than a movie, than the movies with all the budget that the movie had? I don't get it.
Because you have time to build your characters and to build your world. And that's what Mandalorian has done. They have built the characters and they have built the world, and you have character arcs. I was just telling to my wife, Marvel movies does this. Is that they have story arcs on their characters. You know, the character that you met in the first whatever is not the same character you see 3, 4, 5 movies down the line. And what you get with an actual series is you get that time and that world building to build that character, so that once you see Jaren at the end of season 2 is not the same one you met in the beginning of season 1. And even in the beginning of season 2, he's not the same person you meet at the end of season 2. So I think that's one of the reasons to me why the series are so much better is you have time to build that person and you actually grow with that person week to week. That's my take.
Okay.
Well, and also you have directors and writers that actually respect the lore of Star Wars
and love it.
You can see that their love for the franchise coming out in the writing and the directing.
Absolutely.
Because they're basically giving you what we wanted in the first place versus giving you what they want us to have and then berating us for not liking it. which is pretty much what the sequel trilogy is all about.
Yeah,
let's just load up a bunch of our social political views and push it down everybody's throat and then shame them for not agreeing with it. But Mandalorian's like, the hell with all that. We're going to give you Return of the Jedi Part 3 and 4 and 5.
It was good.
There's an interesting. There's a web a YouTube channel called Wisecrack, and they did a special on why the Mandalorian works. If you guys don't have a chance to check that out, I would say check out the channel called Wisecrack, and they talk about why the Mandalorian works, and they talk about just specifically what makes this unique from the second trilogies. And I think it's kind of what you're talking about, D2K, and they go a little bit deeper on that. So yeah, you're hitting around the nose.
Seems like they took a lot of the elements of what made Game of Thrones good up until that conclusion, messed it all up. Like they really took time to build them characters and make you fall in love with the characters. And I got one more question, then we can go. Me and K-Bum we watched Tenet. I don't know, Keith, you haven't seen it yet, have you?
I still haven't seen it.
Oh, man. D2K, without any spoilers, have you seen Tenet?
No.
Oh, man. Y'all got to go watch Tenet.
It's worth to watch.
We got to have this conversation, man.
It's worth to watch.
I was thinking about picking it up, too, actually. I saw it on my feed on my TV, so I might just go ahead and pick that up.
Yeah,
it's worth it.
Yeah, it's at least worth the watch. I ain't gonna say you ain't gotta add to your collection, but at least check it out. But
if you don't need to watch it again, so
yeah, you're gonna watch it like 3-4 times before you really even watch a lot of background discussions on it to get an understanding of what you was watching.
What just happened?
Yeah.
Yep.
King, get away from me. I'm not rubbing you no more. Go on. Get your butt away from me. Go on. Anyway, so we thank you guys for tuning in to the cast. I'm going to let these dudes sign out, starting with Mr. Norris, and then K-Bomb, and then I'll bring the conclusion. Go ahead.
Oh, man, it was good talking to you guys, man. I was taking a nap right before the podcast. It was good to get up and talk about this. I know that there's so much stuff going on in the world that we didn't address. But, man, just keep your faith. Keep doing what you believe is right. I guess it's kind of, I don't know how to put it. I'm going to pause on that. But don't hurt nobody doing what you believe is right.
Yeah.
So, that's all. Yeah.
Okay. K-Bomb.
Yeah, it was good, man. It was good getting back with the fellas, man. It's been a little minute. I enjoyed the podcast as usual. One little thing I did want to say, I am happy about the Wanda series. It's actually got my wife reading comic books, which is absolutely crazy. She's
got a cool wife, K-Bomb. Stop bragging. Stop.
No, she's never been interested.
No, I'm playing.
She's never been interested in comic books, but she's been watching the Wanda
like
series.
My wife into it, man. Hulk and all that.
No, she's never been interested. But the Wanda series got her interested, and I have the House of M. I have that book with me, and so that series, and so she's reading the House of M to understand a little bit more of what the WandaVision series is doing, because they're building a lot of what they're doing in that series based off of the House of M storyline. So she's actually upstairs. She's texting me. She's upstairs right now reading the graphic novel about it. So I think that's pretty legit. So that's all I
Wow,
want to say.
that's spookular. I watched the commercial for WandaVision just came on while you start talking about.
Wow. Siri, Alexa.
FBI listening to us, fellas. Anyway, I'm finna go up here and watch this trailer D2K just dropped in the Hangout. I gotta see Kong slap karate chop Godzilla upside the face. I want to see this. But anyway, you know if they let you see King Kong punch Godzilla, you know Godzilla gonna win this fight. So anyway, that's my theory. But with that being said, I know K-Bum and D2K don't do the sign out. Even in 2021, D2K, you ain't gonna sign out? 2021? I'm messing.
Deuces.
Anyway. Deuces. But anyway, this is the first cast for the new year. I might actually do a slap yourself. I feel like I might have one in me. That'll take a little editing, but I might do a slap yourself. If y'all ask me hard enough, I might do one. I do what they be saying when we want them games. Ask us hard enough, we might put our game on your system. But anyway, I'm gonna consider that. I
Like
might
and
actually
subscribe.
do it. Like and subscribe if you want that slap yourself. But anyway, and share this with some people. But this has been the Live and Level Gamers podcast. Till next time, folks. Deuces, and we out.